Warning, what you're about to see in this video is incredibly stupid. I know this. I do not encourage anyone who's injured or who has fallen or hurt themselves to get on their unicycle and ride while they're still injured. But with that being said, that's what's going on in this video.
Colorblind, I can see it in your eyes tonight. There's no difference between you and I. Everything will be alright. If you change, I'll get through to you another way. I may not find the perfect words to say. Everything will be alright. Don't be afraid, I won't leave again. Butterfly, you're the sweetest thing I'll ever know. If I take you everywhere I go, everything will be alright. Don't be afraid, I won't leave again. Plans that you made won't let you down again. Take your time, don't let those thoughts get in your mind. It doesn't matter if you're wrong or right. There's no rules when you're in love, Colorblind, 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 colorblind.
What's up, y'all? Flip here, EUC Chronicles, back with another for the brothers and the others. Anyway, what's good, everybody? So you see it, 3 weeks to the day after my fall. I have not touched an EUC. I haven't even thought about riding like that. But for the past week and a half, I have been bugging out. I'm watching my Telegram guys go crazy, going on these crazy rides, 84 miles. I'm missing out. I'm home all day because I can't go back to work until the doctor gives me the okay. So I'm stewing in my juices, pause, just trying to do everything else but think about riding. But today was the last straw, the one that broke the camel's back. I said, to hell with it. It has been ever since my accident. Like when we went out and rode, the weather was like 56 degrees, 58 at the most, maybe that day. It's like almost every single day since then, the weather has been marvelous. And I have not had an opportunity to go out and enjoy it. And today it was my breaking point. I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm hurt. I mean, yeah, I can get more hurt. But at this point in time, I need to get out and ride. Like I was going crazy in the house. It's one thing to just have, you know, your regular days off and the weather's nice and you can't ride. All right, cool. But in a few days, you got to go back to work. And I work double shifts, so I'm working all day, you know. But being home and not working And I have a bunch of stuff to do around the house. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I'm just sitting staring at a TV or staring at a blank wall with nothing to do. But there's just no way I'm just gonna sit by and let these wonderful days just creep on by and not go out and ride and take advantage. So that's what I did. I mean, it's unfortunate that I could not use my V13. I really, truly miss riding that wheel. Like, really, a lot, to say the least. But it's too heavy for me to lift or even move around with my right hand. My left hand is not as bad as the right hand. I have some mobility, I have some strength in the left hand. Like, I can kind of push my body weight on my left hand, but the right hand I can't do anything. So if there was a moment where I had to get off the wheel or try to grab the wheel or something like that, I mean, I wouldn't do it with my right hand, but just, you know, sometimes instinctively you would reach out and do that. I don't think with the V13 and all that weight it was a good idea. So I brought out good old faithful, the V11, and man, I mean, she did great. I did 20 miles, 20.9. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what I did, my top speed and all that. And when I got back to my truck, I still had 4 bars on the V13. Either it's 4 or 5, whatever it takes to fill the hole on the LED screen. Battery was still full. So for 20 miles, I think my top speed was like 15 miles an hour, 16, something like that. It did incredibly well. And you know, life has a way of kind of hitting that reset button on you. And with this fall, I think it wasn't necessarily for me to be initiated, and you know, Ustride, shouts to Ustride, and a few other people hit me up as well. Primo hit me up and said the same things, like, well, now you're initiated, now you're in a club, you know, after my fall. And that's great, you know. I totally get what they're saying, and I appreciate it, you know what I mean. But I think more than anything, it was a reset for me, because, you know, you're on this quest when you started riding. You know, you start from your small wheel, whatever wheel you can get your hands on, and you slowly build. And as you're building, your speed's increasing, the risk increases. And while all that's going on, you're not really thinking about, okay, at some point you're gonna hit a ceiling. You're just go. And that's the road that I was on. You know, I finally got a big boy wheel that has power and speed and all the bells and whistles that all the other wheels have. You know, some people say it doesn't have the best suspension, but for me, that suspension is buttery smooth for me. It is super soft. It doesn't creak, doesn't make any noise. It doesn't give any sign of a subpar suspension as far as I'm concerned. But with all that, you're just pushing, and at some point you kind of need something to hit the reset button, just so you can stop and appreciate and smell the roses. And that's exactly what this ride was for me today. It was a way for me to stop and say, because, you know, I thought about going out riding after the injury. I even made a joke with my mom because she was trying to get me to stop riding EUCs, like that was going to happen. Like a small fall of this caliber was even something to even spark the debate of quitting. I could see if I got hit by a car and, you know, was hospitalized or something like that, maybe we can have that conversation. I still wouldn't entertain it, but at least it was allowed. But for something like this, no. I don't think people really realize how attached to the hip I am with riding, getting out, being able to get out in nature. And I was talking to my boy Scott earlier, Scott Hires, and he was saying, you know, you could just go out for a walk, you don't have to ride. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but with walking, because of the pace that you're going, there's only so much information you can soak up while you're on the trail. And that's what I really enjoyed about today's ride, because I was forced to ride slow, because I had to pace myself. I really had a lot of time just to look around and soak up outside. Like you see in the video, I'm looking around. And usually when I'm flying down the trail at 30 miles, 40 miles an hour, you don't have a lot of time to soak it in. You have to be on pins and needles and watch and be prepared And there's so much going on when you're riding at those speeds. But when you're cruising, when you're just chilling, oh my goodness. First of all, this was so needed for me just to get out and, you know, just be in the sun, you know, and I'm not saying like I haven't gone outside, and I've been driving all over the place doing errands. Like I said, my mom was visiting from Vegas, so we're picking her up, taking her all over the place. So it's not like I'm sitting in the house like a prisoner, but there is nothing like getting on your wheel, hopping on your favorite trail. And the reason why I'm emphasizing being on a trail is because I'm not riding in the road. I'm not looking over my shoulder every 5 minutes. There's not cars, there's not rush hour. It's just me on the trail with people walking. And like I said, I'm riding so slow. Let me not say slow, but I'm riding at a pace where it is so much fun to look around and not have to worry about what's gonna pop out or what dangers lurk around some blind turn or anything like that. I literally got to just, it was like being on a roller coaster ride that goes through the bike trail, and you just got to soak it in. And it was such a great ride, man. I really enjoyed it. Quick update on my injuries and what's going on with me. I had an MRI done about 3 days ago, and I'm waiting to hear the results. My follow-up appointment with ortho is next Thursday, so I got like 5 more days before I know exactly what's going on. They gave me a splint and told me that I was not allowed to take the splint off, and you know, if everything seemed okay, they said the MRI people would take it off, which didn't make any sense because how would they? Anyway, basically I'm not allowed to take it off, so I'm supposed to leave this thing on. Have to shower with it, which is really uncomfortable. Put a bag around my hand with a towel. It's just super inconvenient. This is my first time ever doing anything like this. Falling, hurting myself to this degree. Never had a cast, never broken a bone before or anything like that. So it's a little adjustment period, you know, trying to do things around the house, you know, washing dishes. There's so many things that you kind of take for granted. Don't want to be a cliche, but man, until you can't do the things you normally do and you're in the natural way that you're used to doing them. But hey, man, like I said, it's a learning experience. The crash has definitely hit the button for me to kind of just reevaluate some things, you know, because I've been riding my wheel, like Sensei Vegan would say, like I hate it, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't realize not just falling, what it does for your body and you know what inconvenience that may cause, but just the amount of money I lost by missing work these past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Well, I did work the first week, so 2 weeks, because like an idiot after my crash I did go back to work. I probably should have went to ortho immediately after the crash, but because nothing like this ever happened to me before, I didn't have a gauge on how bad I was injured. I just knew I was injured. So I just figured, you know, a couple of days, maybe a week, take some ibuprofen, body would heal itself up. But this is the first time where that has not been the case, and the pain is still there. I still can't turn my wrist in certain ways. When I was at ortho, the doctor was like squeezing certain parts of my wrist, and I like jumped back and pulled my wrist back from him and like put the and clenched my fist at him, right, thinking like he'll stop, and then he like did it again. And I get it, I'm sure they're trying to gauge how much pain am I in, if I'm really in pain, am I faking it, because you know there's ways to kind of tell if somebody's faking something or not, you know. I don't know, but when he did that, I was like I mean, I jumped back. I was just like, yo, you do that one more time and I'll plug you. But so I'm just kind of waiting for my results, but I could not just sit in the house anymore. Look at the visuals of what's on the screen right now. Like, it was such a beautiful day. The sun was in the perfect position. Everything was just chef's kiss for this ride, and I had to do it. I came back, like I said, with full bars, and I rode 20 miles. So I'm actually gonna go out for a adventure tomorrow on the same path. I'm gonna park a little further up so I don't have to ride through the same areas that I'm riding through at this point in the video. But I want to go for a 50-mile ride, because what else is there to do? you know, maybe even more than that. If I can get back to the truck after a 20-mile ride with 4 bars on my unicycle, dog, I could probably slap an 80-mile ride on tomorrow. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. My feet definitely were killing me on this ride. I don't know if it was just because I haven't rode in a while, or the fact that the free motion pedals that I have on the V11 just aren't as comfortable as the pedals that are on the V13. I'm not really sure, but my feet were definitely killing me. And not like how, you know, on the V13 you can ride for a very long time before you start feeling foot fatigue. So I bought some new insoles that I'm going to put in my shoes tomorrow. I was gonna come home and switch the pedals altogether, but because I'm going out tomorrow like early, I don't want to start messing around with anything that could, you know, potentially go wrong. And plus, I don't really have a lot of strength to like twist with a screwdriver or an Allen key. So I don't want to put the pedals on half-ass and then have a screw falling out or something along the way. I'm just going to grin and bear it for now. But that's one thing I definitely noticed. I had to stop multiple times just to give my foot a rest, which is super strange. Considering I don't have to do that with the V13. But with that being said, yes, I'm going out, and yes, trust me guys, I know this is incredibly stupid, but I already thought this out. I was prepared. That's why I only rode no more than 15 miles an hour, and even that was only in small spurts, to make sure that if the wheel cut out or something happened, I had to jump off the wheel, I can jump and run out a fall versus then just falling flat on my hands or whatever the case may be. And I also stay close to the grass, that, you know, if I had to just head toward the grass and fall, that's a little bit better than falling on the asphalt. So that's pretty much what I did. But trust me, I know this is very, very, very foolish, because if I were to fall again and hit that right hand, I know that thing's gonna shatter in the way that it is now. You know, like I already know it's a bad situation. So like I said, tomorrow's ride, I'm not gonna record. I don't think I'll probably bring the camera, but I don't think I'm gonna record a YouTube video or anything like that. I'm just gonna go out and ride. I still have the footage from the day I crashed. I don't have the crash footage, but I have all that footage on my camera still. I noticed today when I was transferring the files. So I have footage that I can use to put up content. But for right now, I just wanted to check in with you guys, let you know what's going on with me. Like I said, my left hand is all right. I still have, you know, the brace on it to keep it from moving in certain places. It's just the right hand that's really still messed up, you know. So hopefully in a couple of days I will know what's up. I pray that it's not broken. I pray that there's no small fracture or anything like that. I just pray that it's just super sore and it just needs to rest for a little bit longer before I'm back to normal. But I am worried about being able to take a fall like that again while it's still in this weakened state. But we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to check in with y'all, say what's up. I'm still here. I'm just laying low for right now, but you will definitely see more videos from me. I appreciate everybody who left a comment on my last video. Shouts out to everybody. You guys are the VIPs, and I will see you in the next video. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace.
Alright guys, I'm going to turn around, only because it's starting to get late and I don't want to push. Not today, this is my first day back riding, so I'm going to turn around. I'm about 10 and a half miles in, so altogether it'll be a 20-mile ride. Tomorrow I'm going to come back out, same trail, and I'm going to do 50 miles. I'm going to change the pedals tonight on that wheel. I'll probably put the V13 pedals on that wheel to make the ride more comfortable, but I'm definitely coming back out tomorrow, so there's no sense in pushing it today. I haven't even lost a bar in battery. Riding this slow, I still have 4 full bars in, so a 50-mile ride would be nothing tomorrow at this speed, and I'm really enjoying riding slow. I'm not going to hold you. I know riding fast is fun, but I'm really enjoying this. Like it's therapeutic. Not that riding fast isn't therapeutic either, but you gotta think fast. You gotta be on your toes all the time when you ride at those speeds. So, yeah, I'm turning around. This is gonna be the end of the video for you. For me, it's just another hour ride back, but I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for rocking with me. Please leave any thoughts, concerns, comments down below. And yeah, look at this. Look at it. Look at it. Look at this. But yeah, turn it around. That's enough for today. But I'm back out here tomorrow. I'm doing it again, and I'm gonna be doing it kind of like starting over from scratch all over again, so to speak. But we'll talk about that later. All right, guys, peace.